Welcome to Medicare Mini Course Day 2. So we're going to break this down into pieces because it's obviously a lot of information to take in. So we're going to go bit by bit. I'm Keith Armbrecht, founder of Medicare on Video, and I help people across the country make the right Medicare choices. I can absolutely help you. We're going to figure this out piece by piece. So right now we're going to talk about the cost of Medicare. And a lot of people go, well, cost? I've been paying for it all my life. Why is there a cost to Medicare? Well, there are absolutely out-of-pocket expenses involved with Medicare, and we're going to go through that right now. And as I said before, you can find this information together on my website at medicareonvideo.com/mini-course. It'll bring you right there. You can utilize it at your convenience and go through it piece by piece whenever you need to. So let's talk about the costs of Medicare and Part A, hospital coverage, Part B, outpatient coverage. So we're going to go through it exactly and figure out what our expenses will be as we use our Medicare. So Medicare Part A, as you recall, is stuff that happens inside the hospital. And when we talk about a monthly premium, does it cost something monthly to have Medicare Part A? And for most people, the answer is no. So if you've worked for a minimum of 40 quarters over your lifetime, which is 10 years, you've been paying your FICA, you've been paying your Medicare tax. If you've worked for that amount of time or more, there is no premium for Medicare Part A. Now, if you have only worked for 30 to 39 quarters over your lifetime paying into Medicare, then there is a premium that's $259 a month. And then for those that are eligible for Medicare but have not contributed over their lifetime through their payroll deductions, then that premium gets expensive. It's $471 a month for Medicare. So you can see basically if you've been working and paying over your lifetime, it's really equating to a savings of $471 a month on your Medicare Part A. So that is what we expect coming into Medicare. Now, what we don't necessarily expect is when we get admitted into a hospital. So when you get admitted into a hospital, Medicare Part A has its own deductible. And right now that deductible is $1,484. Pretty big deductible going into the hospital. And that is if you are admitted into the hospital. And it is per benefit period. So it can happen multiple times during the year. That benefit period window is 60 days. So in other words, if you're admitted in the hospital for a certain condition and then you're released from the hospital, you've paid your deductible while you were in, and then if you go back into the hospital 61 days or more, even if it's for the same condition, that deductible is going to apply again, $1,484. So obviously a big deductible. Now there are easy ways to cover that deductible. Medicare supplements almost all cover that deductible completely. So there's almost no out-of-pocket deductible cost if you have original Medicare with a supplement. We'll get into that a little bit later. So don't let that kind of scare you too much, but it is a big number to be aware of. Now, how the hospital stay works, and again, this is if you are admitted into a hospital. If you're in patient care in the hospital, day 1 through 60 under Part A, there is no cost outside of that deductible. And again, a Medicare supplement plan can cover that deductible. Day 61 to 90 jumps up pretty big. So $371 per day if you're in the hospital more than 60 days. That wouldn't be a good situation to be in the hospital that long, and then all of a sudden you got a big per day bill. Day 91 to 50 goes all the way up to $742 a day in the hospital out of pocket. And again, Medicare supplements generally cover all that. So if you have a Medicare supplement plan, there's really going to be almost no out-of-pocket deductible or co-insurance in the hospital. Now, if you're admitted from the hospital, so if you had an inpatient stay in the hospital and they admit you then into a skilled nursing facility for rehab, then Medicare Part A is going to cover that. Medicare Part A does not cover long-term care, doesn't cover skilled nursing unless you've been inpatient in the hospital and then admitted into a skilled nursing for rehab. Day 1 through 20, there's going to be no out-of-pocket costs. Day 21 to 100, it's $185.50 per day. Day 100 plus, no coverage. So again, a Medicare supplement plan can cover that up to a 100-day part, but after 100 days, it's considered long-term care, and Medicare is not designed to cover long-term care. So certainly important to understand that. We don't want those long stays in the hospital or the nursing home, but if we do, then we need to understand exactly how to maximize the value and limit our out-of-pocket expense. And again, this is what we help with. So if you have any questions with that, just give me a call, send me an email. And if you find this helpful, super helpful to me to just leave a comment of any kind below the video, because that's what propels it to get it in front of more people. So if you leave a comment below, I'll respond personally, and then we can have more people understand exactly what they need to know about their Medicare. So let's talk about Medicare Part B, premium for Medicare Part B. There is a premium for Medicare Part B. So it's monthly of $148.50 right now in 2021. Those numbers generally, I mean, they always go up. They never go down, but they don't go up a lot. But they usually go up $3, $4, $5 a year when they change it, but we don't know till the end of the year when they tell us. And then here you can see an asterisk, and I don't like asterisks. It says for most people. So that $148.50 is for most people, assuming you don't have larger than normal income. So Medicare Part B premium is income based. So I'll show you a chart here on the next page. If you are making currently at the time you're going into Medicare, really at any time while you're in Medicare, if you're filing your taxes individually and you make less than $88,000 a year, or if you're filing jointly and you make less than $176 a year, then that is going to be your premium, $148.50. You can look down the chart and see where you might fit in on where your premium would increase if you make more than that minimum number. And, you know, it's tough to say, and a lot of people get really confused with this, and it makes it complicated. But you can see if you make significant income, if you make more than $500 and you're filing individually or $750 jointly, your premium is going to jump all the way to $504 a month for your Medicare Part B premium. Now, how they look at this, it's called IRMA, and they only have access to information from about 2 years ago. So they're looking back at your most recent tax return that they have access to, which is about 2 years ago. So your income could be 2 years ago more than that minimum number, and it's not now. So if that's the case, you have to file an appeal, and it's not that complicated. I have all the information on my website under guides and forms, the IRMA form, how to appeal it, the brochure, all that stuff. So it makes it easier for you to figure out exactly how to do that. So again, give me a call. I'll help you walk right through it, and we'll make sure that we don't pay more for our Medicare Part B than we want to. Then we move to when we use Medicare Part B. So if you go to the doctor, the outpatient clinic, medical durable equipment, whatever it may be outside the hospital, there's an annual deductible on Medicare Part B. Right now it's $203 per year. And again, that's from January to January. So not a big deductible. So that's something that's manageable out of pocket. And generally you'll have a Medicare supplement that'll cover most stuff but won't cover this $203. And a lot of times that might be your only out-of-pocket expense for the year. So again, manageable in that regard. And then when you look at coinsurance for Medicare Part B, so you go to the doctor, you're going to be responsible for that first $203. And then the way Medicare works is it's 80-20. So Medicare is going to cover 80% of the cost. You're going to be responsible for 20% of the cost. So if that doctor visit is $100, after your deductible is gone, let's assume you already did that before, Medicare is going to pay 80, you're going to be responsible for 20. Now, Medicare supplements a lot of times cover the 20%. So again, we can package it together so that your out-of-pocket expense really is not much. So it makes it easy to use and understand, and it's actually very good. Medicare is terrific coverage, generally much better than what you've had as employer coverage before, individual certainly coverage before. Medicare is a big improvement and usually significantly less out of pocket. So we just want to make sure that we do our best to get the best value out of it. So Part A and Part B, premiums, deductibles, and coinsurance, that's kind of what you got to understand. And we just went through all that. And again, if you have questions, send me an email. But please leave a comment below the video. I try to ask, I don't want to beg, but it's certainly helpful to me to get the information out, and I hope you find this all helpful. And that will conclude day 2 of our Medicare mini course. So I do hope you find it helpful and look for the other courses. I'd be happy to help with any information. Have a fantastic day.